News now. A verdict is in for the Scott Brooks murder trial. As we've said, the jury found Steven Staples and Terry Conner guilty in the 2019 killing, delivering that decision in just a few short hours. The judge just sentencing them in the last 2 minutes. Both men will spend the rest of their life in prison. WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre has covered this case from the very beginning, joining us live outside the courthouse now. Jesse, nearly at the end of this, the jury did not take very long. It seems like a unanimous verdict. What else can you tell us from inside the courtroom?
Well, it was an emotional day and, hours and weeks of trial and testimony and so forth. The jury deliberated for just over 3 hours and came back with a guilty verdict for first-degree murder for both Terry Conner and Steven Staples. Again, 6 years after this deadly robbery that shocked the Charlotte community. Now, closing arguments started with the prosecution describing the crime as a calculated ambush. They, talked about the men staking out Brooks Sandwich House before the deadly robbery on December 9th. They emphasized cell phone data that placed both defendants near Brooks Sandwich House on the morning of the murder. And the jury siding with that, the prosecution, despite the defense poking holes in the case. Now they are charged. They're facing several charges, including kidnapping, robbery charges, possession of a firearm. They were found guilty on all of those. Scott Brooks' twin brother David and Scott's wife also addressed the court, and the defendants saying they have waited 6 years for this. David Brooks saying that at this time, with the crime that is happening in Charlotte, that the court system did work the way it should in this case. He talked about losing his brother. He talked about losing his heart and soul. And he said, most importantly, that we lost a hero. But listen into some of the sound from court today.
I would like to say something to Mr. Conner, please, and to Mr. Staples. Mr. Conner, I just want you to know that I forgive you.
I do too.
And Mr. Staples, I forgive you as well.
Same here.
If you only knew Scott, not in the behind the scenes in the darkness.
Now, during the sentencing, the judge also getting very emotional, saying that this was a big loss for the community. He felt for the family members who spoke, and again, with all the testimonies that we heard today, he said that, he also wanted to, again, this is his job to, show justice at the end. And Staples did receive life in prison without parole, and we are still waiting to hear Conner's sentencing in all this. So we'll have that update when we get it. Live in Uptown, Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.
Jesse, I know it's been a scramble. Appreciate you getting us all that information. Of course, we'll update everything when we have that other verdict and how much time both of those men will stay in jail. Again, Jesse, thank you. Our coverage of the Scott Brooks trial continues tonight. You can stay up to date anytime. And in fact, we'll be going into it over on WCNC Plus from 7 to 9. We'll have, of course, a history of the last couple of years since 2019 and run down any other important plans and any other important points that we need to make tonight. Of course, the latest developments will be at your fingertips. Say that one more time for me, Kayla. Do we have an update? They both got life in prison. So that's the other update for both men in this case.